of anything that Chris likely decides to play. Frank coming across with the Luxodon Smiter again. It's a 5/5 with the Exalted Trigger from the Noble Hierarch. Chris has Flicker Wisp coming in. And we'll see what it decides to do. It's going to attempt to bounce the Luxodon Smiter. And it's probably in Frank's best interest just to let this happen. So the Flicker Wisp is going to get Path Exile. Chris is going to pay 2 to be able to search his library for a basic land. Goes and gets a Plains, and that Luxodon Smiter is going to bounce and come on back at the end step. So we're back to Chris now. Chris hits a Godless Shrine off the Dark Confidant. And he's going to just come out and play it right away. So Frank is likely looking to hit a land here so he can get one of those lieges into play. And hello and goodbye, Sky.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Frank probably wants to hit a land. That Luxodon Smiter is untapped from the Flicker Wisp last turn. And doesn't seem like Chris is going to make any moves here with the Dark Confidant or the Leonian Arbiter. As that's Chris's way of getting advantage with those two cards. So Frank did find the land he was looking for. So he will be able to play one of the lieges this turn. And then the other one on the following turn. But Chris knows that they're in his hand. And likely will have some type of response for them. And he says it resolves. So when this Luxodon Smiter comes across this turn, it's attacking for 7. He's got another Flicker Wisp. There we go. Luxodon Smiter comes back. It's now a 6/6. And next turn, Frank's going to be able to come across for a whole lot of damage. As the Noble Hierarch's even a 1/2 now. And Chris is going to come in with his friends. So Chris has been using the Aether Vial to get the Flicker Wisp to come into play to take care of some of Frank's attackers the last couple turns. We'll see if he has anything else that he is able to do here to keep it a little bit spicy. He is able to, with the Vault of the Archangel that he just played, is able to give his guys Lifelink and Death Touch. Now this isn't a lethal attack here, so Frank could take it unless he's worried about something like Zealous Persecution or something else like that. So there we go. Chris is going to activate the Vault. And this is going to allow Chris to gain a whole bunch of life. So Chris is going to go from 9 up to 3, 5, 7. Chris should go to 16 here. There we go. And not sure if he wants to play the other Aether Vial in his hand. Frank does know he has it, so I don't see an issue with running it out here. As it Yep.
What was the life total before that?
9.
9?
Yeah.
It was 9.
So Frank just came to check the life total. They should be writing it down, but alas, they are not apparently. So, yeah, there we go. Life total was 9 before that. So we're gonna go to Frank's upkeep. He can untap, put a counter on his Aether Vial, and he draws another Aether Vial. That is not the best of draws right now, as I'm sure he would have preferred to have something a little bit more substantial, I think. Probably in the terms of another Liege or another Luxodon Smiter, as he does need to get some blockers in here. Now, Frank picked it all up there, but actually, that Liege might have been pretty big. I think the Liege is a 4/4. Let's take a look. If it was a 4/4, he could have played the other one, making the Luxodon Smiter a 8/8 and a 4/4. If Chris had another blocker in his hand that he could put into play, that would have done it. Let's take a look. I apologize, I'm a little congested, guys. Okay. Wiltleaf, here we go. It's a 4/4, so it would have been a 6/6. So Frank was 2 points of damage short of getting the kill in there. However, he did have a Noble Hierarch, which could have attacked for that extra 2 points of damage. So I'm not sure if Chris had something up his sleeve there, but anything's possible. Something that both players have to go back and rewatch. Frank may he's gonna have to land for the other to be able to play the Liege and attack with the Noble Hierarch. That was the problem there. So we're gonna go to game number 2 here, with Chris up in game number 1. And here we go. So Frank's got a couple of Temple Gardens, 2 Noble Hierarchs, an Aven Mind Sensor, Scavenging Ooze, and a Brimmat. So as long as he doesn't run into any issues here, he should be good to get some good control of the game. However, Chris does have a slew of removal spells with black and can do some damage. Okay, so we've got a turn 1 Noble Hierarch, which will likely lead into a turn 2 Brimaz. There we go. And Frank drew a Loxodon Spider for the turn. So Frank's going to be able to start putting on a commanding pressure. And we'll see if Frank knows about the interaction between Brimaz. Oh, Brimaz is going to get dismembered right off the hop there. Chris taking 2 for that. So I think we'll see the Loxodon Spider. Oh, we have a land. So we should see the land and the Loxodon Spider come down this turn. And that'll allow Frank to start applying some pressure. There we go. So, pass the turn back. So untap. And Frank has a 3-turn clock on Chris right now. With the Loxodon Spider coming in over the next couple turns. Oh, and that's got to feel bad right there. That sequencing by Chris is very important. As playing the Leonian Arbiter followed by the Path just takes full advantage of the Leonian's ability. So we're on Frank's turn here now. I'd like to... I don't think the Vial's a bad play. Sure, Magic Flash, ask away. And Doug, yeah, you made it in time this week. Ready for the start. What's up, Magic Flash? Okay. So we're going to see the Noble tap to exile the Brimaz to gain Frank a life and put a counter onto the Scavenging Ooze. Frank's got his own Leonian Arbiter now. So we could get double payment triggers. As they are 2 separate instances of the same thing. Looks like Frank's attacking with the Noble Hierarch here. I'm not sure why Frank didn't attack with the Scavenging Ooze, as it would become a 5/5, unless he was worried about it getting blocked by both of Chris's creatures, and then not being able to get much done that way. So this Haven Mind Cinch is going to start to get some work done for Frank as it has flying, and none of Chris's stuff gets up in the air. This is going to be a big help for Frank as the game goes on.